Why are all these people so happy? Because they just got their business online with TMS Plus digital marketing. No hype, just results. That's TMS Plus.
So they were running the boot action. He basically beat the pole. Now, when you've got ends like that, we used to call them cocked sevens. They're essentially seven techniques, and he's playing like a J end, so he's not even putting his hand on the ground. He's actually standing up, and he's cocked his body, Aaron, and he is just aiming at the fullback and just sprinting in. So it's not going to be in your best interest to boot his way, or you've got to find a way to chip him on your way out of the backfield.
That loss will go back to the 40-yard line, so Lucas now 3rd and 15 from their own 40-yard line. Back to pass screen. They'll throw it over the middle. They will get it over the middle. Now they're going to break it inside, and that's Ethan Wallace as they'll get inside McDonald territory. Break a tackle inside the 20, inside the 10. It'll be shoved out of bounds by Cardito around the 5. Ethan Wallace got a screen, and he just kept breaking tackles. He'll be tackled around the 5-yard line as that baby goes for about 50.
Hey, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, baby. That was a great play design. What do they say? Screens and draws on 3rd and long. I'll tell you what, Aaron. He almost tripped over the 25-yard line. If he wouldn't have tripped over that, he might have scored.
55 yards.
Yeah.
On a home and kitchen supply first down, and the Cubs knocking on the door. Lucas 1st and goal for the McDonald 5-yard line. They trail 7-0, 4:14 to play. Opening quarter pass left side. Connor Harper got it at the 5. He'll be tackled at around the 2. As I'll tell you what, the defensive tackle, Caden Crown, made that tackle.
He's a stud. That dude literally left, and that is a big human being. That is a massive human being.
285.
We're talking 6 foot, 285, and he took off and ran down the line of scrimmage and made that a minimal gain. That's an impressive young man. Holy cow, is he good.
3-yard gain. Lucas has the football. Looks like it's closer to the 2. Yeah, they're going to put it on the 2, so give him a 2-yard gain. 2nd and goal, Lucas. On the McDonald 2-yard line, 3:40 to play. Opening quarter, 7-0. McDonald bring Finello in motion. Hand in the football, find his way near the goal line, and Andrew Finello is in. Touchdown, Lucas Cubs. They brought him in motion, pitched him the football, and the Cubs a PAT away from tying this one up.
I'll tell you what, that's a nice play there. Go spread. They run the jet motion there, except the jet's not working to the outside. The running back sticks his foot in the ground and basically replaces right where the tight end would be and hums it up in there. And that's the one you just got to lower the shoulder and get yourself in the end zone. Nice play. Nice response by Lucas there on that drive.
Andrew Finello scored on defense a week ago. This week scores on offense. Aiden Colors, point after line drive up and good. We're tied at 7, 3:32 to play in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. Back in a minute. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on WMAN.
Why are all these people so happy? Because they just got their business online with TMS Plus digital marketing. No hype, just results. That's TMS Plus.
Back in Lucas, Aaron Hines, Erik Will, high school football, WMAN, iHeartRadio, and the OH report tonight as Lucas has tied the game at 7. Kickoff is going to roll inside the 5-yard line. As the back goes to retrieve it, he'll be drilled around the 5-yard line as he let it roll. That was Logan Hawk. He goes to pick it up, and Logan Toms drills him at the 5-yard line, and the Cubs got some momentum swinging their way.
Huge momentum. So McDonald gets the big stop. They march down and score. And then you come back and, you answer their score with a score, and then you have that type of a kickoff. Man, Aaron, life's good right now, and momentum's wearing black and orange right now. So now, they've got to keep them down here. You've got to make your defensive adjustments. Your biggest adjustments are after that first drive. Talk to your guys. Get yourself set in here. Make your adjustments. We'll see what they are.
All right, here we go as the Lucas Cubs are now on defense. Tied at 7, 3:25 to play here in the opening quarter. Shadle's going to run it left side, tries to string it out. He'll get a short gain as Lucas did a really good job of pursuing down the line of scrimmage. Logan Toms was the first guy to greet him. Finello in on the stop as well. That's a long way to pick up a few yards. Actually, they're going to give him close to 4. I was going to say 3. He gets close to 4 off the left side, but I think, Erik, you watch them, they want to get the corner.
Absolutely. They want to get
that's
that corner.
Kind of the key.
They just want Shadle having the ball, making decisions. He's got a lot of wiggle to him, man. It's like watching a high school Kyler Murray out there.
4 wide receivers, 2 each way. They'll fake the handoff to the back. Shadle will keep it left side. He'll get a few yards, and Lucas grabs him shy of the 14-yard line. Will ride him to the turf as they unpile that time.
Look about a 3rd and 2 here, Aaron.
Yeah, on the tackle that time, Corbin Toms and others for the Lucas Cubs. Looks like about 2 yards needed. They're going to put him down close to the 13-yard line. So 3rd and 2 for McDonald.
It's a big one. Big one here.
Own 12-yard line. Tied at 7 with 2:10 to play. Opening quarter in the Division VII Regional Semifinal. 3 wide receivers to the left. Shadle in the gun. The back to his left. He'll clap the hands. Call for the ball. Roll left side. He'll get drilled, and he's not going to get it. Lucas grabs him and shoves him back. He will not get the first down.
Yep, I think right now you force their hand. To me, they got to punt this football. They got to go put that defense back on the field. Great job by that Lucas D, man. How about that? Rising up to the challenge here in a huge drive.
2 guys, Zane Finley and Lane Harper, both there to greet him and drop him at the line of scrimmage. So no gain. 4th and 2 now for McDonald. And Erik, one would think this deep, they're not going to mess around. They're going to punt the football.
Yeah, here we go. Got the punt team out here, and that's what you had to do. You got the territory, you got the field position on your side, and keep them buried, man.
Got to remember, the quarterback is the punter. High snap, Shadle's going to pull it down, and he will not get a good punt off. It'll hit it Lucas's 36-yard line. Excuse me, McDonald's 36-yard line, so Lucas will have it in prime real estate. As the snap was high, the rush was on, Shadle had to rush it, and McDonald will punt that football. Just 20 yards in the air. It'll hit at the 36-yard line, and Lucas, for the 3rd time in a row, will have excellent starting field position.
Excellent. So 2 of the 3 possessions they've started in plus territory, which means they've started on McDonald's side of the field.
The other one was the 47, 48-yard line.
So just continue to do what you do here. If you're Lucas, mix up your play calling. Continue to mix up your formations as well. It might be in your best interest, believe it or not, to spread them out a little bit. The size is definitely in McDonald's favor.
1st and 10 for Lucas. The ball at the McDonald 36-yard line. They'll fake the pitch. The quarterback, Smollen's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to get a few yards. He'll go down at around the 32-yard line. Shadle was on the stop that time for McDonald. Good run right there by the quarterback. Saw a bit of a crease, and the Cubs pick up about 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, and Andrew Smollen there did a great job. That's the fake pitch, and he just kind of follows up through the hole there where the guard was. He's replacing the guard, and that's a great almost 4 or 5 yard play there on first down, staying ahead of the chains.
34 seconds to play in the opening quarter, tied at 7. Lucas and McDonald, the Cubs, have it 2nd down and 6. The ball at the McDonald 32-yard line. Lucas, where there's 2 receivers, they'll bring one in motion to the left side. They'll fake the handoff. The quarterback's going to run it. He'll get down Smollen to around the 30-yard line. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Good job that time. On the stop that time, that is Nathan Gilligan, the linebacker, and that's probably going to be the last play of the quarter, I would assume.
Yep, last play of the quarter, 5 seconds. I think Lucas is going to be content. We got a 7-7 ball game. And Aaron, would you expect anything more last?
Exactly.
This is going to be a great game, man. You got 2 sledgehammers right now going at it. It's funny, you got 2 different formational teams, but they both want to run the football. They just want to do it different ways. So it's going to be a quick game, but man, it's going to be a fun game.
Back in a minute, you're listening to high school football on WMAN, tied at 7. Lucas and McDonald on iHeartRadio.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Entrances and exam rooms. Stop in the Cub Cave Carryout in Lucas. Conveniently stocked with everything you need, and even a one-stop pet shop. Located on Ohio 39 in the heart of Lucas. Proudly supporting Cubs playoff football.
All right, here we go.
Back in Lucas, the Cubs with the football to start the second quarter. Handoff off the right side. Grant Barrett on the carry. He'll get a short gain.
Yeah, maybe.
On the stop was Nicholas Ferradino that time for McDonald, and they even going to give him forward progress, maybe a yard. It'll bring up 4th down here, 4th and short for the Cubs.
4th and short for the Cubs. Last time they spread them out, ran their motion play. We haven't seen the double handoff yet. That's gonna require the backers, man. If you don't have eye discipline when you play this offense, man, you're gonna look like Larry, Curley, and Mo.
4th and 2 for Lucas on the McDonald 28-yard line. They'll fumble the snap, as you heard Erik mention, and who's coming down with the football?
On the play. Either way, it's going to be a turnover on downs.
It was 4th down, and so McDonald will take it. They wouldn't have had enough for the first down, as you mentioned, because the ball was right behind the line of scrimmage. So, boy, the Cubs right there, Erik.
Wow.
You got it 4th and 2. You feel comfortable on the field with your offense. And, a little bit of a muddy surface with all that rain we've had, and just a snap right there the quarterback couldn't handle, and McDonald will take over.
Yeah, McDonald takes over, and so you got a turnover on downs there or an actual fumble recovery. Either way, the ball was going to go to McDonald.
McDonald has it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The quarterback, Shadle's going to run it right side. He'll run into a wall at around the 34-yard line. Getting up off the bottom of the pile that time for the Lucas Cubs, it was the linebacker Lane Harper was the first guy to greet him. Just over 11 minutes to play until halftime. 7-7 our score between Lucas and McDonald. The Blue Devils with a 4-yard gain by the quarterback, Shadle, who has about 1,700 yards rushing and has accounted for 26 touchdowns. That guy gets loose. Watch out.
Hey, they go spread here. Don't be surprised if you get a quarterback draw here.
5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6, and they'll hand it off to the running back, and he'll be greeted and buried. Lucas grabs the running back and will shove him back. Terrific play. Actually, the quarterback kept it that time, actually.
Quarterback kept it. I'll tell you what, Aaron, he might have lost a half yard. So now you're looking at a third and 6. They had him at a 2nd and 6, but it's probably more 2nd and 5.
I think they're going to say he got back to the 33, which is generous, as you talk about.
Right.
They brought a man in motion. Looked like they were going to hand it off. The quarterback kept it, and the Cubs read it beautifully. 10-11 to play until halftime. Tied at 7, Lucas and McDonald. McDonald 3rd and 6 from their own 33-yard line. 5 wide receivers. Man comes in motion. Quarterback fakes it, runs up the middle, spins after he got hit out near the 37-yard line. Good job right there by the Lucas Cubs. Again on the stop, Lane Harper. And also in on the stop that time was Zane Finley for the Lucas Cubs. It will be now
4th and a yard.
4th and about a yard. I would say maybe even a little less than a yard. It's close. 4th, and we'll call it a yard for McDonald. And again, the nose of the football at the 37-yard line. Big play in this game, tied at 7. Opening half, second quarter, 9:30 to play. Quarterback will come under center. And
got him to jump.
Somebody jumped.
Yep, got him to jump. Walked up under like they were going to goose him and go straight ahead. And I think they were able to get Lucas to jump in the neutral zone.
And it is going to be on the Lucas Cubs. You can hear their defensive coordinator not happy.
Well, and you could see that he obviously crossed the plane of the ball. That's all you have to do in high school football. People don't realize that. You have to make contact. It's just as soon as you break that plane, it's dead. So another first down for McDonald there. I believe that's their 3rd of the game, if my numbers are correct.
Yes, sir.
Gives them a fresh set of downs.
Your numbers are always correct. 1st and 10, McDonald. From their own 43-yard line, they'll run it right side. It was Gilligan on the carry, and he will be buried off the left side. Good job. Andrew Finello in on the stop. Grant Barrett, Zane Finley, all in the neighborhood. Finello, one of the first guys in on the stop. They'll lose close to a yard on that play, so we'll call it 2nd and long, 2nd and 11. Under 9 to play until halftime. 7-7, Lucas and McDonald, the Division VII Regional Semifinal. Aaron Hines, Erik Whale, WMAN teaming up tonight with the OH Report. Glad to bring you high school playoff football tonight here on the final Friday of October. Right side, they're going to run the football.
Whoa.
In the back, nearly broke it off the right side. Good job that time carrying the football for McDonald as they brought a man in motion, Eric. Something really we haven't seen a whole lot is them hand it to the guy that came in motion.
I think it was Logan Hawk.
It was Logan Hawk, the junior, and he'll run that ball into Lucas territory, get down to the 45-yard line. That's their 4th home and kitchen supply first down. The secondary had to make the stop. I believe it was Sauter that got him, but that one could have went all the way.
Yeah, he was lucky to get his hand basically on his knee, his thigh board there to trip him up. That was a touchdown-saving tackle by Sauter.
Tied at 7, 1st and 10. McDonald to Lucas 45-yard line. The quarterback going to bring it to the near side, and Andrew Finello with a TFL back near the 49-yard line. A 4-yard loss, and what a read by the defensive back.
Yeah, nice job there coming from his outside linebacker position on that. The scouting report is probably very clear. As soon as you get that ear hole read, you got to come fill right now. That just means you're seeing the side of his helmet. When you get the ear hole read, fill right now. Listen, both these teams are very simple. Follow the guards. They'll take you to the play. Don't look in the backfield or you're going to be lost, Aaron. You've got to follow those guards.
2nd down and 13, McDonald. The ball at the Lucas 48-yard line. 7:28 to play till halftime. We're tied at 7. They'll bring a Hawk in motion, and they're going to give him the football off the right side. He'll be upended just across the line of scrimmage. They're actually going to give him a little more forward progress. He'll roll forward to near the 45-yard line. Boy, that was a little generous. They gave him the roll on that.
They like the roll. It's like almost old school, like 1940s and 50s NFL football, where like you can kind of like fall and drag until they actually stop your momentum. But you're right. That's 2 favorable spots. Now we got a 3rd and long here. So if this is 4-down territory, don't be surprised if you get a run. I'm excited to see if they actually throw the ball, what it looks like. We've only had 2 pass attempts. Both of them were Lucas. One was a boot. We had a sack, and then the other one was a screen play.
For 55 yards.
So we have not had a pass down the field, though. We'll see if we get something see the quarterback's arm here a little bit.
Blaine Harper, by the way, big tackle on that last play for Lucas. McDonald 3rd and 10 from the Lucas 45-yard line. The quarterback in the gun. He'll run it left side and be taken down. Great job that time. Knifing in was J.D. Cox to take him down at the 46-yard line. A 1-yard loss, and you hear the music taking care of business. The Cubs defensively that time locked and dialed in on that play.
J.D. Cox absolutely abused the left tackle there. There might have to be charges filed on that. His hands were so quick, and he just manipulated that and just kind of just ripped through that thigh board there and got himself outside leverage. That's a great job. What'd you do? They forced a punt here.
And Eric, if you didn't watch that play, you would think he came untouched. That's how fast he got in there.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
He went right around that end.
All right, hang on. 5:55 to play until halftime. We'll keep it right here as McDonald is going to burn a timeout on 4th and 10 from the Lucas 46-yard line. 5:54 to play until halftime. We are tied at 7. We'll remind you coming up after the game, we'll select our Spitzer Motors game changer, whose hustle, whose effort changes tonight's game for the Lucas Cubs, courtesy of the good people at Spitzer Motors, West 4th Street in Ontario, who love their high school sports. We've been handing out that game changer for years. And again, you can stop by Spitzer Motors, West 4th Street, Ontario. You can lease a brand new Kia for $99 a month, or Eric Will would tell you $3 a day.
Well, $3
close
a day.
To it, right?
It's almost like they're paying you to drive it. I mean, come on.
They wash it for you, right?
$99 a month. That is incredible.
Yeah, incredible deal. They have a bunch of great deals on the new Kias, Jeeps, winners around the corner, a 4-wheel drive truck. They'd love to see you at West 4th Street, Ontario. Anytime you can shop online at drivespitzer.com. All right, out of the timeout, 5:54 to play until halftime. We're tied at 7. Lucas and McDonald. Blue Devil ball, 4th and 10, and a high snap over the quarterback's head. He's also the punter. He'll turn around. J.D. Cox chasing him. Also Ethan Lawson will grab and take him down at the 35-yard line in disaster for McDonald on a 4th down punt. Has the Cubs set up in Blue Devil territory one more time.
You know, that's the second time that they've had a hot snap high, and it's costing them, man. Field position. Lucas has got to do something with this field position.
Capitalize.
Yeah, they got to get in the end zone. And I was actually getting ready to say, like, why would you burn a timeout to just bring your punt team out? If nothing else, take the 5-yard penalty. Is the field difference going to be that big of a deal? I'd rather have the timeout than the 5 yards in that situation.
All right,
nonetheless, Lucas ball.
Absolutely. The Cubs, with 5:45 to play until halftime, tied at 7, have it 1st and 10 at the McDonald 35-yard line. The throw, bomb down the sideline, and it's broken up. And around the 2-yard line, they were going for Logan Toms and dominant. Actually, I'm sorry, not Cartito. It was Logan Hawk, the defensive back, got a hand in there and broke that up. That baby was on the money, Eric. That was going to be a touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, Aaron, I think it's more of a drop than the defensive player got.
Okay.
We have a little bit of review over here. And what a pass. I want to focus
it was on the
that.
money.
Smollett threw a righteous pass, as they would say down here. I heard someone just yell righteous. It was a perfectly placed ball, and I like that play on 1st down. You just get a big turnover,
Take a
go
chance.
for the home run. I like it. I always like it when coaches are aggressive after a turnover.
I love having replay. For me, I saw the back of the defensive back, thought maybe he got a hand in there, so great throw by Smollett. 2nd down, they'll bring a man in motion. It's Finello. Finello around the right side, inside the 35. He'll be dropped to the turf by Shadle at around the 30-yard line, so give him 5 yards on the carry. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Lucas. The ball will be, actually, they're going to spot him inside the 30, a little closer to the 28-yard line, so a little further than I thought. He gets about 7 yards on that carry. 3rd and 3 for Lucas. The ball at around the 28-yard line of McDonald. 5:10 to play until halftime, tied at 7 between Lucas and McDonald. And Eric, you know, in a high school playoff game, every possession is crucial. This is a big drive. Could the Cubs put one in before halftime? Handoff. Again, they're going to go off the right side. Finello tries to make a man miss inside the 25. He'll be taken down by Hawk, and he'll be around the 23-yard line. And the Cubs move the chains. Brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply in downtown Mansfield. Remodeling windows, doors, and more. Think Home and Kitchen Supply first. Andrew Finello with a couple of great runs off the right side.
Great runs there, extending the drive here. it's interesting watching Lucas because of the way that they can change up the way that they do it. They don't have to necessarily be that foot-to-foot splits. They can spread you out and get you with that jet motion.
Under 4.5 to play until halftime. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. They'll run the football. This time will the Cubs. I believe it was Finello again on the carry. Be a short gain. And I heard the official blow the whistle. Somebody lose a helmet.
I don't know. Yeah, it could have been something like that.
Andrew Finello was on the carry, but everything got really quiet all of a sudden.
Right.
We had somebody go off the field, so it'll be a short carry of 1 yard.
Well, when you sorry about that. When you have a couple of toots of the whistle there, you kind of look around and see what's going on.
I didn't see a penalty
right.
marker.
So yeah, he picked up 2 yards.
Yeah, give him 2. 2nd down and 8 for Lucas. The ball at around the 20-yard line of McDonald. And the Cubs back to pass this time. Smolin will roll to the right, pressure's on, and he'll just fire that one into the ground. He had Ethan Wallace in the neighborhood, but I'll tell you what, big number 74, Caden Crown, was in hot pursuit that time. He knew he had to unload that one.
Andrew Smollin's pass.
I think Lucas is making the argument on there that they were holding his running back there. I think that's going to be the argument. Yeah, Wallace there. I think the initial look was left, and then we came back right. That's the argument. It's interesting. When you run screens, it's amazing what you can get away with. There's behind the line of scrimmage, there's really no pass interference. Now, there's holding, but there's no pass interference as long as it's a screen. You can make contact to the receiver before the ball gets there, but you're not allowed to hold. So I think that was the argument there. I think that's kind of what Coach is. I think he's talking about it because you got a 3rd and 8, so you want to get your best play in. But I think Coach Spittler's over there kind of having a little bit on that, a little bit of a chewing on the ear, if you will, there, Aaron.
Well, it is a timeout, Lucas. We'll keep it right here. We don't want you to miss a big 3rd and 8 coming up for Lucas. The ball at the McDonald 20-yard line. 3:51 to play until halftime. We are tied at 7 in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on WMAN. Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield, featuring comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at OhioPediatricians.com. And you know, we always hand out awards in the postgame. We talked about the game changer. We'll also hand out the heck of a play from Jeff Heck, Mansfield's injury lawyer, and some free pizza from Giannino's. That'll be coming up in the postgame with the heck of a play. And we've seen a bunch from the Cubs. Kickoff returns. How about the 55-yard screen pass to Ethan Wallace? A lot, and hopefully a bunch of big plays still to come. 3rd and 8, Lucas out of the timeout. The ball at the McDonald 20-yard line. 4 wide receivers to the Cubs. Back to pass. Smollin's going to throw it right side. Got Sauter in the end zone. He caught it. Touchdown, Lucas. Cubs, a 20-yard strike. What a throw. What a catch. And the Cubs go on top. Boy, was that baby beautiful.
Oh, man. What a throw. What a catch. The coverage was there. Good defense, better offense, Aaron. Got the fireworks going. The treehouse is rocking, man.
Unbelievable throw. What a catch by Ethan Sauter, 20 yards. Caught it as he fell to the turf in the end zone. May have just a little shoved off there just to get a little separation. But how about the throw by quarterback Andrew Smolin? He's had some balls on the money tonight.
He's had 2 balls that have been absolutely well placed. That was a great catch as well. The concentration, because you're working through the defender to make that catch. Well, just executed at the highest level there. That was a great job. Good route concept. They just basically ran the wheels, so the swap route, and a good decision by the quarterback there.
Now we're holding up play for a moment. We're going to have the point after coming up. 3:42 to play until halftime. Lucas on top now, 13-7, and a penalty thrown and a delay of game is going to be the call. Cubs got to the line.
Flag down. Win the game on the Cubs. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
Maybe they like that.
I'll be honest with you. They got to the line of scrimmage, and everybody just kind of came to a halt. And I believe I just saw a decline by the official. So it'll be on the left hash, Erik, to kick here for Aiden Culler to try to put the point after on. Snap is back, hold down, kick on the way, and that baby is good. We'll take a break. 3:42 to play until halftime. Lucas 14, McDonald 7. You're listening to high school playoff football on WMAN.
Your Lucas Cubs 14, McDonald 7.
customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subject to qualification and financing. See participating dealer for.
Endless possibilities.
Back in Lucas, Division VII Regional Semifinal, 14-7 Cubs, less than 4 to play until halftime. Kickoff, a squib low-line driver going to be fielded by McDonald, and just nowhere to go as Shadle on the return will push the pile, and I mean the pile, to around the 25-yard line. And that's where McDonald will take over. 1st and 10, and I'll tell you what, Shadle's jersey color, especially the back, a little bit dirty here tonight at Lucas. Huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you're talking about 80% of the offense runs through him, and he's also a defender.
Right.
There were a couple of touchdown-saving tackles he had on that last drive before they gave up the pass. So this is an important drive for McDonald. 3:36 left in the half, down 14-7. You know, you need to make a splash right here, man, because Lucas, we all know how they take the air out of the ball.
1st and 10, McDonald, the ball at their own 25-yard line, running the football against Shadle. He'll fight his way off the right side. Good job by Lucas defensively. The guy that got him by the legs, that time I believe was Finello again.
Yes.
Yes, Andrew Finello, who has played very well. I know last week had a pick 6. Had the stop right there, got the legs of Shadle after a 2-yard gain to the 27. So 2nd down, 8 yards to go. McDonald, it's Lucas 14, Blue Devil 7, 3:05 to play until halftime. Quarterback calls for the ball, and he will hand it off to a man in motion trying to go around the right side. He'll scamper out of bounds and around the 30-yard line. That was Dominic Carquito on the carry. They'll put him down right around the 30-yard line, so it's a short gain, bringing up 3rd down and probably 6 or 7 yards to go here for McDonald. And Eric, this is a huge play, because can Lucas get this football right back? And the way the Cubs have been throwing it, I think they would take another chance at the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can get a 21-7 lead, I mean, that's pretty hard to come back against the Cubs when you get a 14-point lead. And, you know, Carquito on the jet sweep there, man, it looked like a giraffe on a escape from the zoo right there. That's a tall guy at 6'4".
Here we go, 3rd down, 6 yards to go. The quarterback, Shadle's going to keep it up the middle, and he will greet a brick wall at the 31-yard line and be shoved back. He will not get it. A short carry that time off the bottom of the pile. Senior linebacker Lane Harper was the first guy to greet him, and I mean drop him after a short gain, and head coach Scott Spittler burns a quick timeout as Lucas, with 2:43 to play and up a touchdown, 14-7, has McDonald in a punting situation. 4th and about 4 is where it is for McDonald, and I'll tell you what, here at Lucas, they got the fireworks when they score touchdowns.
Right, buddy.
They got the music going. It is a party. It is a party-like atmosphere.
Hey, the treehouse is rocking. We're the OH report and WMAN's at tonight. The treehouse is rocking. Lucas, you know, the fans that they have here, they're moving around. They're having a good time. They know they're staring down, you know, an opportunity here to get a 14-point lead going into halftime. They're going to be very aggressive with this ball. You know, when looking at things from a McDonald's perspective, you know, there is a point in time you're going to have to throw the football a little bit. You know, maybe it's not on 3rd and long. Maybe it's a first on a 1st down. But, you know, right now, ever since that long run, man, Lucas is just, they're spitting fire, man, and playing like they're just angry at the world, man.
4th and about 4 for McDonald from their own 30-yard line, trailing Lucas 14-7. 2:43 to play until halftime. Shadle back to punt. He'll get this one away. A much better boot will hit at the 40-yard line of the Cubs. Finello and Sauter will let it roll. It'll be touched up at around the 33-yard line by Dominic Carquito. He'll get down and touch it up, and actually going to spot it as a 34. So 2:35 to play until halftime. 14-7 the Lucas lead. Second quarter in the Division VII Regional Semifinal. The Cubs looking for their third straight appearance in a regional title game if they can win here tonight.
Hey, it's what they do down here in Cubby Country, baby. They win. They win. I mean, like I said, they're checking the box on the three things that I say that every great program has, which is culture, talent, and scheme. They've maximized all three of those things.
The Cubs have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Again, 4 wide receivers. They'll hand the football off up the middle. The back will plow forward across the 35 and be shoved back. I
think that guy just about made a wish. That looked like a Thanksgiving wish right there. He's ready to take the old chicken bone there, turkey bone, and just snap that thing in half there. Look at that. He wasn't messing around, was he, Aaron?
Gilligan and also Joe Baguette on the stop as well. 2-yard gain for Finello. He got those 2 yards, Eric, and it was like somebody just slung him back.
Yeah, he wasn't messing around there. That guy right there was like, you're coming back here. We're going to give you 2 yards, and it stops right there.
2 minutes to play until halftime. 14-7 Lucas. 2nd down and 8 from their own 37-yard line. Smollen's going to throw it. It's going to hang up in the air, and the ball's going to fall incomplete. Really floated on him at around the 40-yard line. It was intended for Ethan Sauter, and closer to the ball was the defensive back, Greg Dixon, the senior, but he, fortunately for Cub fans, could not get to that football.
Well, and it was interesting there because looking at Dickerson there for McDonald, I think if he'd have seen it and got his eye on it earlier, I think that would have been an interception because he did the worst thing. You're going to underthrow it, and he missed inside. That's a double negative. That generally doesn't lead to the old positive like we learned in math.
1:51 to play until halftime. 14-7 Lucas. 3rd and 8 from their own 37. Pass right side. Going to be caught by Sauter. Got the first down across the 45. He'll be tackled to the turf at around the 47-yard line. That was Dixon again on the stop, but a good quick pass to the senior. And that was Ethan Sauter out of the backfield for a home and kitchen supply first down for the Cubs, and that moves the chains.
Man, look at the Cubbies going tempo here, looking a little air raid, hanging out with my man Dana Holgerson here.
1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. 4 wide receivers. Smullen back to pass. Pressure on. Right side throws it. Caught Connor Harper into Blue Devil territory. He'll step out of bounds at around the 49-yard line. Good throw by Smullen right on the money, and awareness by Harper to step out of bounds after about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, nice job there working back to the football. Good job by Smullen there, keeping his eyes down the field. And the reason I made that comment is because that, Dana Holgerson and Tony Franklin came up with the air raid system. This looks a little bit more like what we would potentially see tomorrow night, Aaron.
Yeah, closer to 5 yards to go here on 2nd down for Lucas. At their own at the McDonald now 49-yard line. 1:28 to play until halftime. 14-7 Lucas. 4 wide receivers for Lucas. Back to pass. They'll throw it down the seam. Got Harper, and he's gone. Got him off to the end zone. 49 yards on a fingertip catch by Connor Harper. What a throw, and the Cubs strike again through the air.
How about that, Aaron? We're used to seeing Lucas, hey, ground pound, state bound. No way, man. It's air raid here. We've got 2 touchdown passes by any means necessary. If you'd have come here tonight, if I'd have said Lucas is going to throw 2 touchdown passes
in the first half,
or they're going to rush for 8 touchdown passes, you pick the 8 on the ground, guarantee it. This is great, man, seeing the young pup out there, number 22, looking like Doug Flutie, baby.
Fired that baby on the money, and how about the fingertip grab right there? It was out in front of Connor Harper, able to reel it in, and 49 yards. The Cubs strike twice through the air here in the second quarter. Lucas up 20-7. Point after by Aiden Culler is on the way, and it is good. 1:20 to play until halftime. Lucas 21 and McDonald 7. We'll keep it right here.
Crazy. Aaron, this is all, I'm impressed, man, throwing the ball around. I really think they've stunned McDonald. McDonald got, that big play early, got the momentum. And ever since that play has taken place, man, momentum has just been wearing black and orange. And, I guess they got 1:20 to try to figure it out, 2 timeouts. But, McDonald does get the ball coming out of the half. They won the toss. They deferred. Lucas got it to start the game. But, Lucas is in complete control of this football game. Complete control.
Happy you're with us tonight. Aaron Hines, Erik Whale, WMAN, iHeartRadio teaming up tonight with our good friends at the OH Report to bring you live high school playoff football, the Division VII Regional Semifinal. 6-2 Lucas taking on 7-1 McDonald. It's Lucas 21, McDonald 7, 1:20 to play until halftime. Again, the Cubs looking to punch their ticket to the regional title game for the third year in a row. This is the fifth time in the last 7 years they've been in the regional semifinals. As the kickoff by Aiden Culler is going to be fielded by Hawk across the 20, and he'll be drilled as the Cubs get a good job that time. Lane Harper flying down the field. One of the guys in on the stop for Lucas on special teams, and it will be McDonald to take over with 1:14 to play until halftime, trailing by 2 scores from their own 21-yard line. And Erik, how creative do you get here if you're McDonald? Down 2 scores. If you were to make a mistake, maybe trying to throw the ball, and the Cubs got a turnover, if you go down 28-7 to Lucas, that's a steep hill.
Well, and if 21-7 is a steep hill, I mean, I think you got to be aggressive here. This first down play is going to probably tell us a lot on what their philosophy is going to be.
They're going to run it off the left side. The quarterback Shadle across the line of scrimmage down around the 30, and it'll be bumped out of bounds right there. Connor Harper was one of the guys that gave him a shove toward the sideline. Also in on the push out of bounds that time was Corbin Toms from his strong safety spot. They'll put him down. They're going to give him across the 30, near the 32, so he got a good chunk of real estate right there. First down for McDonald.
And saved a timeout, so you got a minute 8. If they can have another nice chunk play here, now you're starting getting into territory. I still think the dude's going to have to throw the football at some time in this game.
1:08 to play until halftime, 21-7 Lucas, 1st and 10. They're going to hand the ball off on a jet sweep to Hawk around the right side. He'll be upended across the 35 around the 36-yard line. Good job by the Cubs. And that time, in on the stop was Logan Toms to take down, and also Sauter in on the stop. Toms did a good job as well as the Cubs string it out to the right side across the 35, put him down around the 37.
And you're looking at under 45 seconds. I mean, they're in and out of the huddle quick, but, man, you got to have a tempo. You got to have an offense that you can line up and go quick. I really believe they need to try to score if they want to get back in this thing.
Just over 30 seconds to play until halftime. The quarterback's going to run it. Got drilled up the middle around the 41-yard line. He'll push the pile and will go no further. That's Shadle, the quarterback. J.D. Cox, Ethan Wallace off the bottom of the pile. Hang on. The bottom of the pile, I think, was Tucker Nolan actually was on the bottom, and Lane Harper as they unpile. 24 seconds to play until halftime, and we have a timeout taken with 24 seconds to play until halftime. We'll keep it right here in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on iHeartRadio. Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield, featuring comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at OhioPediatricians.com. This is just night 1 of playoff football. Lucas on top again, 21-7. 24 seconds to play until halftime over McDonald. Tomorrow night, over on My 100.1, we'll have the Shelby Whippets and the Clyde Flyers. That is a Halloween night special.
Hey, Halloween, and nobody's wearing orange, Aaron. So it's going to be a big one down at Skiles. 2 teams last year met in the semifinals, the exact same spot last year. Clyde would go on to win that game and go on to win a state championship. And Shelby lost a 14-point lead. Remember, that was a 21-7 game.
They felt good at halftime, absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, Clyde came out and just went ground and pound on them. But right now we got ourselves a big 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. For McDonald, the ball at their own 41-yard line. They trailed Lucas 21-7 with 24 seconds to play until halftime. Shadle's going to roll right side. He's going to get drilled. I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got it either.
I don't think he got the first down.
I'd let that clock run if I was him now. I'll tell you what, if I was Lucas, I might burn a timeout. Make a punt. They've already punted the ball over top of his head. Call the timeout. What's the worst that can happen? Don't even put anybody back. I would make that guy snap the ball.
They're not going to do it, by the way. J.D. Cox on the stop there for the Lucas Cubs. And that will take us to halftime as the Cubs brought up a 4th down, but the snap will not happen because the clock runs out, and we have reached halftime at Bob Wine Field here in Lucas. We're in Cub country. They're feeling pretty good right now. Lucas on top at halftime of McDonald in the Division VII Regional Semifinal by a score of 21-7. Erik, real fast before we step aside, I'll tell you what, right away, the Cubs looked like they struggled a little bit to move the ball after they had the big kickoff return. They couldn't get it in the end zone, but the Cubs, after that, they've really moved the football, and maybe shocking to a lot of people, they've done it through the air.
They've done it through the air, done it on the ground. They've done a great job of handling and calling the game. 21 straight points, Aaron.
Right.
21 straight unanswered points after giving up that 7 there on that opening drive, I believe it was, for McDonald. And, now we're looking at, McDonald comes out after half, like what are they going to talk about in here? What's going to be the adjustments that they're going to have? Lucas is flat out controlled this game, especially the second half of that first quarter to now. Very, very impressed with Lucas. They definitely seem like they want to get that shot at a regional championship.
Approaching 8 o'clock, you're listening to WMAN Mansfield, WMAN FM Fredericktown, WMAN, the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week, teaming up with our friends at the OH Report. We are at halftime here tonight, and it's Lucas 21 and McDonald 7 in the Division VII Regional Semifinal. We'll take a break. We'll check in with Skip Mosick here on the radio. I know OH Report will have some halftime features as well. We'll be back with some numbers and get you ready for the second half. Once again, halftime tonight in the Division VII Regional Semifinal. Lucas 21 and McDonald 7. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on WMAN.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Stop in the Cub Cave Carryout in Lucas. Conveniently stocked with everything you need, and even a one-stop pet shop. Located on Ohio 39 in the heart of Lucas. Proudly supporting Cubs playoff football.
Why are all these people so happy? Because they just got their business online with TMS Plus digital marketing. Get online with essential digital marketing services for local businesses.
Yeah, you know what they're saying.
And feel like they do. No hype, just results. That's TMS Plus.
Hey, what's up, G-Man? You hear me?
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
You still hearing them? Okay. Alright. So let's then. Yeah, we're in channel 1. So if you can change channel 2 to reflect channel 1. Hey, what's up, G-Man? Is it just me now? Alright. Come back to the field just for a second.
second quarter, Marion Local 20, DeGraff Riverside 0.
You are watching playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report, your home for free coverage of high school sports all over North Central Ohio. This is Brian Skronsky here at the half, teaming up with WMAN tonight. Aaron Hines and Erik Will on the call. Lucas Cubs right now, 21-7 lead at the break. We'll step away. We'll be back with some halftime stats. Get you all prepared for half number 2. Cubs looking to punch their ticket to the regional championship for a third consecutive year. How about the show they're putting on right now at Bob Wine Field? Be right back in just a moment. Playoff football live and free on the OH Report.
One year for construction. They understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Why are all these people so happy? Because they just got their business online with TMS Plus digital marketing. Get online with essential digital marketing services for local businesses. And feel like they do. No hype, just results. That's TMS Plus.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Stop in the Cub Cave Carryout in Lucas. Conveniently stocked with everything you need, and even a one-stop pet shop. Located on Ohio 39 in the heart of Lucas. Proudly supporting Cubs playoff football.
Pediatric consultants at Ashland and Mansfield cares about you, not the numbers. As you find your practice, Pediatric Consultants takes time in each appointment to get to know you and your team about topics of your medical concern.
to advise you and guide you to the best insurance solutions. For your quote,
Head into LZ Million for all your fertilizer and Nutrilite needs. We'll help turn your yard from that dusty old brown to lush. Located in Melbourne. Find us on Facebook or visit lzmill.com. LZ Million Trade, your source for home and farm.
You are listening to the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on WMAN.
Welcome back to Bob Wine Field in Lucas, where at halftime of the Division VII Regional Semifinal, Lucas has a 21-7 lead over the McDonald Blue Devils. Aaron Hines, Erik, WMAN teaming up with our friends at the OH Report tonight, and the Cubs very impressive in that first half of play after McDonald got on the scoreboard first at the 5:56 mark. It was a 63-yard touchdown run by the running back Nathan Gilligan, like a bolt of lightning to the end zone, and all of a sudden everybody was stunned. It was 7-0 McDonald, but not so fast. Back come the Lucas Cubs. At the 3:32 mark, it was a 2-yard touchdown run by Andrew Finello. Point after was good, and that tied the game at 7, and that is where we were after the end of one quarter. In the second quarter, the Cubs went air raid. Lucas went to the air. They scored 2 touchdowns via the passing game in the air. At the 3:42 mark of the second quarter, it was a 20-yard strike. It came from the right arm of Andrew Smullen to senior Ethan Sauter, who just was able to shake loose in the back of the end zone, caught the touchdown. Aiden Culler put the point after through, and Lucas had the lead 14-7. But the Cubs would strike one more time before halftime at the 1:20 mark. Right now, to me, the play of the night right now, a 49-yard strike from Smullen to Connor Harper. Looked like a fingertip catch almost. Caught it and raced to the house. 49 yards. Culler put the point after through. And 21-7 is the Lucas lead. And Erik, I think as we break this game down and move forward, when you look at that first half of play, I mean, you turn the corner here and it's ground and pound Lucas. They went a little air raid through the air, and that's scary the way this team runs the football. They're going to start throwing it around like that.
Well, and what it does is you sell out, and you can tell McDonald wasn't ready for the pass either, and which is why Lucas has had so much success. And really, it's been simple. It's just been backs out of the backfield. They've run a couple boot action. They've run some swap. That swap route just means that 1 and 2 are exchanging responsibilities. They're just one's trying to get run the tight wheel out of bounds. The other one's running up the hash there, and Lucas has had a lot of success with that play. And there's confusion in the secondary for McDonald as well, because are they staying with it? Are they switching it? How are they going to defend it? So those are things they needed to get cleaned up at half. And, Aaron, I'll tell you what, this first drive for McDonald in the second half is huge. You fall down 28-7, and I'll tell you what, it's about as good as over.
You're listening to the high school football game of the week on WMAN and iHeartRadio, presented by Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield, featuring comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at OhioPediatricians.com. Do want to remind you, each week throughout the fall sports season, we will select our iHeartRadio Athlete of the Week. It is presented by the Neil Cady Insurance Agency of Ashland and Norwalk, specializing in auto, life, home, and business insurance. You can get a free quote at neilcadyinsurance.com. That's Neil, K-A-D-E-Y, insurance.com. This week's Athlete of the Week is Crestview volleyball player Kennedy Goon, leading the area in digs and kills, and Erik, a 4.0 GPA. We have a great plaque made up for her from Emerald Awards and Engraving in Ashland. And again, congratulations to Crestview volleyball player Kennedy Goon, this week's iHeartRadio Athlete of the Week, presented by the Neil Cady Insurance Agency of Ashland and Norwalk.
Yeah, she's a heck of an athlete, and I know her grandfather really well because he coached me at Shelby.
How about that?
Yeah, Coach Dvorak, that's his granddaughter, and his that's his. She is one heck of an athlete, like you said. I mean, I think she's going to be a scholarship athlete. I mean, the way she's a heck of a basketball player too. But congratulations to her.
Absolutely, getting close to second half action. Again, thanks to the OH Report. We're all up here. And again, thanks to everybody here at Lucas.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it earlier, nobody rolls out the hospitality like the Cubs. They even made us our own sign.
Man. Yeah, we've got the, for most people, the RPO stands for Run Pass Option. For Lucas.
Not in Lucas.
Hey, Lucas, they got signs up all over, and they've got the RPO. It is literally the Run People Over sign. I love it. That's what they do here, man. They just line up and take your soul, man. It's Halloween tomorrow, and Lucas is stealing a lot of trick-or-treat candy from a lot of McDonald's people right now.
Well, if you're just joining us, you turn the corner here to roll to the high school. It says ground and pound state bound, but the Cubs went a little air raid in the air in the first half with 2 touchdown passes from sophomore quarterback Andrew Smolin, one to Ethan Sauter, the other went to Connor Harper, and Lucas getting ready for third quarter action. You can hear the fans, of course, that are allowed to attend tonight due to the pandemic. Of course, not a full house. I know this place, Erik, when all is normal, this place is loud, and I'll tell you what, with the music,
it's still pretty good.
Music and the fireworks, it's very festive here tonight in Cub Country.
I'll tell you what, I know you and I have been enjoying the music. I know the OH Report guys here have been enjoying. We got the treehouse rocking, Aaron, getting ready for the second half. I'm serious. I'm really excited to see if there were any adjustments offensively that McDonald made in the second half. You got to throw the football. You're down 21-7. Lucas has done a great job of slowing your stud quarterback down in the run game. What's the other stuff you have off of that? That's what we've got to find out here in the second half. And for Lucas, just do what you do, man. Be physical, gap responsible on defense, run the football, shorten the half, get yourself to a regional final, and, hey, ground pound state bound. It's getting close, man.
Hey, by all means necessary. If you got to throw it, right?
Right.
Either way.
That's right.
And by the way, Erik says the treehouse. We are outside here at Lucas.
Yes, we are.
But they have built a nice little tent setup, and it is, I think Brian Skoronsky nicknamed it the treehouse. You got to give credit where credit is due. And it's a great spot to call a high school playoff game. Lucas will start the second half by kicking off, and the kicker, Aiden Culler, will actually angle it right side and boot it out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. So the penalty marker comes out, and McDonald will have the football, and they'll have it at their own 35-yard line. I'm not sure that's exactly what Aiden Culler wanted to do because Coach Spitler had a quick word with him afterwards, but the Cubs come out defensively, and Erik, I'll kind of let you talk about it here. You mentioned this first drive is very critical because if McDonald can't get anything going and Lucas scores again, 3 scores on this Lucas defense is a monster hill.
That's like 49 for most other teams, and Lucas has won the field position battle as well.
Absolutely. The quarterback, Shadle's going to run it right side. He's going to get drilled.
Man.
Oh, my.
Hello.
Unbelievable. Trying to see who hit him. They're getting him up off the bottom of the pile that time. Andrew Finello, I think, was the one that hit him. Wow.
Yeah, he was kind of slight, but man, I'll tell you what, that was textbook, eyes up, and run right through the number there. That was a great job there coming in. Minimal game of 1.5 yards, 2 yards. They're going to call it 2nd and 8. So, not a whole lot of difference right now out of that McDonald offense. Now you got a trip bunch here tight to the line.
2nd down and 8. McDonald, their own 37-yard line. Shadle's going to run it right side. Try to get the corner. He's going to run one of his own men over, trying to get around the corner. Good job by the Lucas Cubs that time, able to push him toward the sideline. Logan Toms, one of many in on the stop. Across the 41-yard line is where they will spot the football. So for McDonald, Erik, third down.
41-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, probably about 4 yards to go. The scoreboard's got 5, but I'm going to call it 4. So 3rd and 4 coming up for McDonald at their own 41-yard line. 10:46 to play, third quarter. Division VII Regional Semifinal. 21-7. Lucas on top. 3 wide receivers for McDonald. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback in the gun with the back to his right. Will hand the football off up the middle, and the back's going to be real close to the first down. Looks like he got it across the 45-yard line. It was Nathan Gilligan on the carry. Wallace in on the stop for the Lucas Cubs, and off the bottom of the pile again was Andrew Finello. He's been involved early and often tonight, but it is a home and kitchen supply first down for McDonald.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. Finello's had a heck of a whale of a game.
Absolutely.
Heck of a game's not even good enough right now, although, we like heck of a plays. But, for McDonald, they needed that like a drink in the desert, man.
1st and 10 McDonald at their own 45-yard line. They'll run it again to Gilligan. Midfield is going to get into Lucas territory at around the 49-yard line. He'll be shoved back by several Cubs. Let's see here. J.D. Cox on piles. Also, I see Ethan Wallace off the bottom of the pile. Lane Harper off the bottom of the pile for Lucas. As it's a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 coming up now for McDonald. 9:44 to play, third quarter. 21-7 Lucas. But Erik, if you're McDonald, I don't want to keep repeating this, but this is a big drive. Can they go cut this to a 1-score lead? Right. You kind of feel that coming out after halftime. They really feel this is a monster drive in this game.
Monster drive. They got into plus territory here. And, I'll tell you what, man, how great has Lane Harper been for the Cubbies?
2nd down and 4. Running it left side is Shadle, trying to get a block around the 45, 44-yard line. He'll be wrapped up and tackled right there. In on the stop was Logan Toms for the Lucas Cubs, but they'll move the chains again down around the 42-yard line. A 7-yard scamper and another first down for the McDonald Blue Devils, who were starting to move it a little bit on the ground on this drive.
Yeah, and what they're doing is it's a numbers game, Aaron. They're getting it by formation. So if they, whoever Lucas is, whoever their guy is as far as their scheme, that has to set the edge, man. It's a really difficult night to do that against, the running back here and against the quarterback here, Shadle, because he attacks the edge so hard, and they try to bring numbers around, and they bring extra guys around.
Hang on, we got a timeout taken right here. Ooh. We'll step aside. Quick break. Back in a minute. 21-7, Lucas, third quarter. You're listening to high school playoff football on WMAN.
Why are all these people so happy? Because they just got their business online with TMS Plus digital marketing. No hype, just results. That's TMS Plus.
Back in Lucas, 1st and 10 McDonald at the Lucas 42-yard line. 8:41 to play, third quarter. Cubs up 21-7. Shadle's going to roll to the right. Pressure is on. J.D. Cox will elude another guy inside the 40, inside the 35, and be drilled around the 30. It looked like the quarterback was going to be buried in the backfield, elusive, and he scrambles for 12 yards and a home and kitchen supply first down. What moves by the quarterback?
And he put the brakes on there. I'll tell you what, and that was supposed to be a pass, Aaron. He was rolling out to pass the football there. At least that's the way it looked to me, and he saw that there was nothing there, so he went ahead and stuck that right foot in the ground and cut. And, man, way to go get 11, 12 yards, young man.
Tell you what, we know he's a great athlete. 1st and 10 at the Lucas 30-yard line. Shadle's going to run it right side and be tripped up Terrific defensive play. Guess who? Andrew Finello comes up, grabs his foot, and trips him up at the line of scrimmage at the 30. And Andrew Finello has had his fingerprint all over this baby on defense.
I'll tell you what, he's chasing after your T-shirt right now, Aaron. That's what he's doing. He's putting his name in the bucket for player of the game because he has played absolutely lights out on the defensive side. He's setting that edge well, and that's not an easy guy to tackle. Schladel is a heck of a football player, and he's tackling him one-on-one.
No gain, 2nd and 10. From the Lucas 30-yard line, 7:30 to play, third quarter, 21-7 Lucas. Shadle right side will make a couple of guys miss and then get drilled by a brick wall. And that brick wall's name is Lane Harper, who just flattened him.
Lane Harper, man, adding to that 88 tackle total coming into the game. By far and away the leading tackler for the Cubs. You're hearing that name a lot as well. Getting to the ball with bad intentions, man.
That was a textbook tackle, too. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7, McDonald. They're at the Lucas 26-yard line, 7 minutes to play, third quarter, Division VII Regional Semifinal. Lucas 21 and McDonald 7. McDonald scored with 5:56 to play in the opening quarter. They haven't scored since. 21 unanswered by the Cubs. 3 wide receivers for McDonald on 3rd and 7. Quarterback will fake the run, now roll to the right. Harper's on in hot pursuit. The ball's going to be tipped and intercepted. Ball is tipped and intercepted. The ball's grabbed by Logan Tom. Somebody tipped it up into the air, and the Cubs with the turnover.
Wow, how about that? It was an interesting play. It was almost the old Tim Tebow. He fakes like he's going to run the ball, pops back. The corner didn't bite on it. He throws the ball anyways. Great job by the Cub defense. That's great discipline by the secondary. Great job by the corner out there.
Logan Toms with the interception, but you know who forced that? Lane Harper, who was chasing the quarterback and made him unload that football. So the ball at the 10-yard line. So Lucas has it 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. 6:37 to play, third quarter. Regional semifinal, 21-7 Lucas. Cubs in their double tight, double wing formation. They'll hand the football off on first down, move it right side. Not a lot of room to operate around the 11, 12-yard line is where they will go. As the McDonald coach, as the ball come loose, that's all the McDonald players were pointing.
They blew it dead, so the guy stripped it out there after the whistle had already blown in. And if you're McDonald, that's so devastating because you ate half the quarter up by yourself and came away with no points. So if you're Lucas, just get a couple first downs, eat a lot of the third quarter up, and then just change the field position. That's what you want to do right now.
They're actually going to say basically no gain. It looked like he struggled forward to close to the 11 or the 12. I'm going to say he got a half a yard at least. We'll call it officially 2nd and 9, but not a lot on first down from their own close to the 11-yard line. Smolin back to pass, deep in their own end. Fakes the pass, and he's going to be grabbed and thrown down by our guy we talked about earlier. Penalty markers come out, grabbing him and throwing him to the turf. That time was Crown, the big defensive tackle. Eric, are we going to get a face mask there maybe?
A face mask there. He got it pretty good there. That's going to be an egregious one there. That's the 15-yarder there. So that's good. That's a kick to the solar plexus right there, man. You had a sack with an opportunity to pin him really deep, and instead it's going to be a first down, it looks like. And, for the Cubbies, that's a big one.
I'll tell you what.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to be. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and it's not a first down. Although I thought personal fouls were first downs, but I'm probably wrong on that.
The ball was at around the 5-yard line. They'll put it out now to the 15. They give them 10 yards on the face mask, so it will be 2nd and 5 for Lucas. The ball at their own 15-yard line. Hand the football off and. Not a lot of room to operate. Diving close to the first down. Around the 19 was Grant Barrett. He won't have it. He has to get across the 21-yard line. Gilligan, the linebacker, Nathan Gilligan on the stop. He scored the only touchdown for McDonald tonight. That'll bring up third down and a long 2 coming up for the Lucas Cubs. 5:04 to play, third quarter. Division VII Regional Semifinal. Lucas 21, McDonald 7. Cubs with a big 3rd and 2 from their own 19-yard line.
Still haven't seen that double handoff, Aaron.
I'm sure you'll get it before the end of the night as the quarterback Smollin's going to keep it roll forward, and he's going to be really close to the first down.
I think he's going to be about a yard short.
They unpile Nathan Gilligan, one of the guys at the bottom of the pile on the stop, and you're right. They probably don't need more than a half a yard or less but it'll be 4th down and probably inches for the Lucas Cubs. And Scott Spittler, deep in your own end, up 2 scores, not going to roll the dice here.
It's tempting, man. The way that, Lucas does their thing, you'd like to think you get, but I mean, it's just your defense has played really, really well. And get them out there. Right decision here.
Low snap. Aiden Culler able to field it. Booted away to midfield. Had to rush it. Shadle's going to let it roll, and the Cubs will inside the 45. And down around the 44-yard line is where Nick Niswander will touch the football. And it'll be McDonald football. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 43-yard line. So 3:58 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Lucas 21, McDonald 7 in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield, featuring comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at OhioPediatricians.com. Aaron Hines, Erik Will, WMAN, teaming up with our friends at the OH Report to bring you live high school football here this evening. The quarterback will hand the football off. Couple of yards, going to work their way out toward the 45-yard line. Trying to see who carried the football that time. As McDonald ran it off the right side, yard or 2.
Was it Gilligan?
I think it was Gilligan, I believe. So the Cubs now defensively.
Lane Harper with another tackle. Just continues that. He'll be well over 100 tackles on the year by the end of this game. And really, since that long run by Gilligan, the Cub defense has done a fantastic job.
2nd and 9 for McDonald. The ball at their own 44-yard line, and a penalty marker comes out, and they're going to have offsides on Lucas.
Lined up in the neutral
zone.
Boy. I think on that left side, I think that left end kind of creeped a little bit across the neutral zone there.
Tell you what, you watch Lucas, Eric, and one of the things you use is they're so disciplined. When you talk about the Lucas Cubs, they don't have a lot of penalties.
Right.
And I know up 2 scores, and the way your defense is played, you don't want to give anything free. So that'll make it 2nd down and 4. And Shadle's going to run into Lucas territory. He'll be grabbed at around the 48-yard line. Good job by Logan Thompson, the secondary, to fly up and take the quarterback down. They'll spot him a little further than I thought. They'll give him forward progress to around the 47-yard line, and they won't even measure. They'll give him a home and kitchen supply 1st down.
And the thing about it is Logan Thompson, man, number 2, it's a freshman. And I'm telling you what, I'm really impressed, at least on our starting roster here. They have him as a freshman. I believe that's right.
Yeah, you are right.
I mean, that kid's a ball player, man. I mean, he's going to bring the juice and stick you. I've been really impressed with him coming from his safety spot there to put his hands all over people today, playing free safety as well.
2:25 to play, 3rd quarter, 21-7. Lucas, 1st and 10. McDonald at the Cub 47-yard line. Shadle's going to stretch it out right side and get drilled toward the sideline. Oh, baby. Lucas brought it toward the sideline. Logan Toms involved again. Ethan Sauter, Lane Harper. Everybody flew to the sideline, and Shadle could not get the corner. They'll take him down for close to a yard loss. That is great defense.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it's just there's nothing there on that outside, man. Like I said, they do what they do, and obviously they've had success with it this year, but the Cubs have their number on their base plays, man. Now you got to go to those other things.
2nd close to 11. They'll throw it right side. Got a receiver, Hawk, into Lucas territory around the 45-yard line. He'll be tackled to the turf and taken down that time. Eric, Logan Toms coming up from the free safety spot. We've called Toms, Lane Harper, Andrew Finello, Tucker Nolan, J.D. Cox. These guys are playing lights out defensively.
Lights out. Well, and that's what Lucas does. Lucas is solid, man. They're just a solid team. They're so well coached, and they get to the ball. How can you tell they're well coached? Well, number 1, they're always gap responsible in their run fits. Number 2, their secondary is always where it's supposed to be. Number 3, they fly to the football. That's a sign of coaching, discipline, and structure. That is great coaching. You're seeing it playing out on the field. That's the tangible stuff.
1 minute to play in the 3rd quarter. 21-7 Lucas. McDonald 3rd and 8 from Lucas's 45-yard line. Quarterback's going to run to the right, and he's not going to be able to get it. Going to be taken down at midfield by J.D. Cox. One of the offensive linemen could have been called for a holding grab. One of the Lucas linebackers flying through, but J.D. Cox cleans it up at midfield or close to midfield. He'll take the quarterback down for about a 3-yard loss and bring up 4th and 13 with 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And that Cub defense right now is locked in.
Well, and what you're seeing, Aaron, is Lucas's defense is better than one player. That's really what it is. I mean, Shadle is a heck of a football player. You can tell that just from some of the individual plays he's made. But Lucas's defense playing 1 of 11, gap responsible, it's too much.
4th and 13, 3 seconds to play here in the third quarter, and they're going to do a little trickery. They'll bring a man in motion. Grab and drop back at around the 44-yard line. A penalty marker will come out.
I wonder what that's on, man. I'll tell you what, that just seemed like a bunch of Cubbies celebrating here. I wonder what that is.
I believe that was Andrew Finello, the first guy that got in there to take him down, and the penalty marker comes out at around the 44-yard line. It's a personal foul. Personal foul on McDonald.
Wow.
Maybe something that happened at the end of the play.
Obviously there was a little extracurricular going on there. It's so interesting watching this, just how disciplined. Talk about being disciplined on the backside. When you're on the backside, you always say to yourself, counter, boot, reverse, stay at home. You can't make the play away from you anyways. Quarters out. Lucas is playing with nothing but momentum, baby.
After 3 in the regional semifinal, Lucas 21, McDonald 7. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school playoff football on WMAN.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Will bring warmth and texture to any home or commercial.
Back in Lucas, Division VII Regional Semifinal. After 3 quarters, Lucas 21 and McDonald 7. The Cubs have held McDonald scoreless since about the 6-minute mark of the opening quarter. On their opening drive, they scored. The Cubs have allowed nothing since. And Lucas will have it first down and 10. Ethan Sauter with the carry. Makes a man miss. What a move. Inside the 20. Breaks it toward the outside. Can he go? And yes, he will. Dives near the pylon. And Sauter will score. What a run by the Cubs. Incredible moves by Ethan Sauter. The fireworks go off about a 25-yard run. He was juking and driving and dove to the pylon, and the Cubs rolling at Bob Wine Field.
Hey, not only are they rolling, man, but I'll tell you right now, I'm starting to smell some of that diesel, man, because I think that McDonald bus just fired up. That's it, man. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not over, but it's like all but over, because I'm going to tell you what, those Cubbies, man, they are almost impossible to catch when they got a 3 TD lead.
Point after by Aiden Culler. Line drive on the way. It is no good. Off to the left. We'll step aside. 11:48 to play in the football game. Lucas 27 and McDonald 7. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school playoff football on WMAN.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Stop in the Cub Cave Carryout in Lucas. Conveniently stocked with everything you need, and even a one-stop pet shop. Located on Ohio 39 in the heart of Lucas. Proudly supporting Cubs playoff football.
students. Aiden Keller getting set to kick off.
Back in Lucas, they're happy in Cub Country. It's Lucas 27, McDonald 7, 11:48 to play in tonight's Division VII Regional Semifinal. Kickoff going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, right up the middle, as Hawk returns that across the 20-25, around the 30. Will go down just across near the 32. Good job by Lucas in special teams to fly down the field. And Erik, right now, we're just not even 20 seconds into the fourth quarter, and the Cubs lead by 20, 27-7. Now, thanks to Brian Skoronsky, OH Report, that was a 29-yard run by Ethan Sauter. Hey, how about the moves on Sauter?
Well, yeah, he cut back against the grain twice to get himself into the end zone, man, and celebrate. The fireworks went off. This place is rocking,
Man,
baby.
it is a show here at Bob Wine Field. Handoff this time will go to Hawk. He'll struggle forward at around the 35-yard line. He'll go down right there after a short gain. J.D. Cox was on the stop, but also in on the stop was Corbin Toms from his strong safety spot. They'll give him forward progress, actually just across the 35. They'll put him down close to the 36-yard line. So about 4 yards on first down, second and close to 6 yards to go here coming up for the McDonald Blue Devils. 11-11 to play in the football game, 27-7, Lucas on top. Quarterback, Shadle in the gun, back to pass, pressure on, got some time, he'll step up the middle, he'll go down at around the 38-yard line. Good job there by Lucas. Andrew Finello was in there, J.D. Cox was in there, among others. A short gain, they'll put it down just across the 38-yard line. So 3rd and about 4 coming up here for McDonald. 10:39 to play in the football game. 27-7. Lucas on top. And Erik, the Cubs right now have to feel pretty. I know the coach won't let them, let off the gas, but they got to feel really good right now the way they're playing.
And you put McDonald in a situation they're not comfortable in, which is throwing the ball.
Back to pass. The quarterback Shadle's going to roll to the right. He'll have to unload. Caught by Cardito. He'll break free into Lucas territory. He's got a home and kitchen supply, first down, and they'll ride him out of bounds at around the 46-yard line. It didn't look like Shadle had anywhere to throw the football. Got bailed out by Cardito. Logan Tom's able to shove him out of bounds at around the 46-yard line, but they do move the change and into Lucas territory.
Yeah, just find your 6'4" wide receiver there. Good job throwing it. Kind of came in hot, did a good job of snatching that thing. Needed that. Needed to get the first down there. If they have any chance, they've obviously got to. They can't have an empty possession. Every possession from here on out has to be scored.
10:15 to play in the football game. Lucas leading 27-7, 1st and 10. McDonald will hand the football off, and Ethan Wallace just blew up the running back after a short gain. Nathan Gilligan off the left side got drilled and dropped by Ethan Wallace, the linebacker, at around the 45-yard line, a short 1-yard gain.
Ethan Wallace doing a great job there, coming up, setting that edge. The middle of that field, man, starting to look like mashed potatoes and gravy, man, with all that rain we got on Thursday.
Are you going to say it's a little soupy?
It's a little soupy, man. It's a little soupy. It's starting to turn into broth.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Cubs loving what's going on at Bob Wine Field. 9:38 to play in the regional semifinal. 27-7, Lucas on top. McDonald 2nd and 8 from the Lucas 45-yard line. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the right. Quarterback back to pass, pressure on. J.D. Cox slips. He throws it over the middle. It's going to be caught, nearly intercepted, and the receiver will get drilled at around the 30-yard line. My, oh my, the Cubs almost had an interception. That time they got it to Greg Dixon, the senior wide receiver, nearly intercepted. Connor Harper on the stop, and they'll spot American around the 27-yard line.
The defender literally thought he had you could see, like in the replay, he literally thought he had the interception, man. It was right there. Great job getting the fortuitous bounce there by the offensive player.
1st and 10, McDonald at the Lucas 26-yard line. Pass over the middle. Thought it could be intercepted again. They'll get it to the receiver. He'll get inside the 15-yard line. That time it went to the fullback, Nathan Gilligan. He'll be taken down actually inside the 10 and around the 9-yard line. Logan Tobbs, one of the guys to ride him to the turf, but all of a sudden it's now 1st and goal for McDonald in the nose of the football just inside the 10-yard line.
And, they've already burnt one timeout, so, efficiency is really important now for McDonald to try to even come close to getting back into this game.
8:35 to play in the football game. A handoff again to Gilligan. Up the middle, ball is loose. And I believe McDonald pounced on it.
Yeah, I think the left tackle there grabbed
it. was.
Or right tackle, sorry.
It was Caden Crown, the big offensive lineman. We've called that game tonight. That ball popped loose, and he luckily jumped on the football. And so McDonald will have it. At around the 6-yard line is where you covered the football. Shadle, the ball shot out of there. I don't know if one of the Cubs got a hand on it. They may have. The ball popped out. Offensive lineman jumped on it. So it'll be 2nd and goal for McDonald. And they're going to have the football. Actually going to move it back closer to the 8-yard line. The quarterback, Shadle's going to run it right side and runs into a brick wall. He'll try to plow forward for a couple. Very, very short gain. In on the stop, it's your boy Lane Harper.
Dude's played lights out.
The turf.
Yeah, Lane Harper just continuing to do what he does. I mean, 2 sacks. Like I say, he's got over 100 tackles on the year now. But that's what you would expect. Their linebackers make the plays because the guys up front are taking on those singles and doubles so the backers can run free. And once again, more selfless football by the Cubs on the defensive side.
3rd and goal for McDonald at the Lucas 4-yard line. 7:20 to play in the football game. 27-7 Lucas. Shada will roll left side. Now no one there. Rolls back to the right. Fires into the end zone. Nearly intercepted. Oh, Connor Harper came flying out of nowhere and knocks that ball down. What a defensive play by Connor Harper.
Great job by Connor Harper staying to his technique, staying with his coaching there. He's been trained to do that. Play breaks down. The thing to do is you got to trust your eyes and trust your instincts to stay back as a DB. The first thing you do is you want to shoot up and make that play on the quarterback. Well, what you do is you allow the receiver open. Great job staying back there. Had a whale of a break on the ball. It sets up a 4th down and 4. This literally, I think this is the game.
4th and goal, McDonald at the Lucas 4-yard line. 7:09 to play in the football game. Lucas up 27-7. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Shadle rolls.
Got him.
Be sacked.
See ya.
Gonna be sacked. Unbelievable play. Knifing in to take him down that time. Andrew Finello did it again.
Come on, man. Mr. Player of the game. That's what that dude's doing. He wants to be the player of the game, man. That dude has played lights out. Him and Lane Harper on the defensive side have just been straight nasty for 4 quarters on that defense, man. And then the offense comes out. And Smollen's like, listen, I'm going to go ahead and ice this baby with my running backs and this great offensive line. You're about 2 first downs away from this getting real close here to running this clock out. They got 2 timeouts, but once you change that field position, and Lucas thrives in these situations of being able to run the ball.
As Erik mentioned, that was 4th and goal from the 4, and the sack will give Lucas the football. So the Cubs will now have it 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line. They'll hand the football up the middle. Little room to operate. Grant Barrett that time was into a sea of multiple Blue Devil players trying to see who got off the bottom of the pile on the stop. And the guy that actually comes off the bottom of the pile, about 4 or 5 guys, was Hunter McCombs, the senior defensive end. It'll be a gain, Erik. The line of scrimmage was around the 6. He'll get it close to the 12. So give him about 6 yards on the carry. 2nd down, around 4 coming up for the Lucas Cubs.
Grant Barrett with 639 yards coming to the game, was the 2nd leading rusher for the Cubs.
And the Cubs just jumped offsides. It'll be a 5-yard penalty on Lucas.
And that's the stuff, Aaron, I'm telling you as a coach that just drives you crazy because those are self-inflicted things. That's just a mental thing. Like you're trying to ice the game. You're trying to get out of here. You're trying to run the clock. Is it going to cost you the game? Probably not. But you want to keep the clock moving. You want to stay on pace, stay with the chains. And when you do stuff like that, it just, it's a snap in mental focus. And, I know that drives Coach Spittler crazy.
6:09 to play in the football game. It's 27-7. Lucas on top of McDonald. The Cubs will actually drop back. They're going to throw this one. Got a receiver down the middle of the field. Contact there. No penalty marker comes out. It'll fall incomplete. They were throwing it for Ethan Sauter down the center of the field. No penalty comes out. Sauter wanted a penalty, get a fall incomplete and bring up third down.
I'd like to see the replay on that. It almost looked like Sauter pulled the defense down. I think that's a good no call. I'm a little surprised about the call, man. I thought they might want to keep the clock moving right now.
I'll tell you what, Eric, he kind of got into that soup you talked about in the middle of the field there. I think the soup pulled him down.
The soup pulled him down. And, and here's the thing. It was a tad bit underthrown as well. He initially broke away and broke out of the pack on that. So now I would be shocked if they throw the ball here. I think that it's going to be really important to get that clock moving again.
We got to hold on play for a moment. Athletic Director Taylor Eisman had to retrieve something off the field. We're good to go now.
Had to get a football, man. I think he had to go get the football. I think it was just laying down there.
By the way, tip of the cap to Taylor Eisman and the Lucas administration for everything they've done for our broadcast tonight. iHeartRadio along with the OH Report appreciate all of their help here this evening as Lucas will run the football on third down, just trying to use some clock. They'll run it off the right side. McDonald's going to burn a timeout. That was the quarterback Smallin on the carry. We'll step aside. 5:47 to play in the football game. Lucas 27, McDonald 7. You're listening to high school playoff football on WMAN.
Caden Crown on the stop for McDonald.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Make the best choice, your choice. Learn more at ohiohealth.com.
Participating dealer for details. Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
Back at Bob Wine Field, the Cubs getting ready for what looks like to be a punt out of their own end zone, and Aiden Culler will get it and boot it. It'll sail to around the 38-yard line and roll dead, Eric, across the 40 and out near the 42, and a penalty marker will now come out.
It's a great punt because it was high. Get your hands on it. Get the ball out of there. That's the number one thing, and he did all of that. I'm wondering if this is on the sideline, if it's like they had a sideline warning earlier, and I'm wondering if he made contact with somebody running down to chase that ball. Wouldn't surprise me.
We'll wait on the official word here. You are right. A sideline infraction on the Lucas Cubs.
Yeah, I think as he was running, he bumped into one of the coaches, and he had gotten out past that. The only reason I know that, Aaron, it's near and dear to my heart. I believe that's happened to me several times. It's always easy to blame that get-back guy, too. Like, hey, where were you, pal? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be there to pull me back.
And I know when you were a coach, your get-back guy, one of the best in the business, right?
Yeah, Scott Rose, man, did a great job. He's still on the call now. He'll be on the field tomorrow night, keeping Coach Mahaney and the crew back down there at Shelby.
We'll have that game tomorrow night on My 100.1, Shelby and Clyde tonight. 5:37 to play in the football game as McDonald will take over after the punt. Pass left side by Shade will be caught by Hawk, and he's going to get it inside the 35, inside the 30, and down around the 27-yard line. It'll be rolled out of bounds by Connor Harper, but a nice throw and catch, and a home and kitchen supply first down for McDonald. Under 5.5 to play in the football game. Cubs in control, 27-7, but a nice throw and catch that time off the left side.
Absolutely, that's a great job. It's a chunk play, and you got out of bounds. Two positives there, so you're extending the drive because you got yourself a first down, and you were able to preserve time because you got out of bounds. That's a really nicely executed play there by McDonald.
McDonald 1st and 10 at the Lucas 28-yard line. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. The quarterback, Shade, will back to pass. He'll step up. Going to have to go to the left. Pressure on. Get a few yards. Will struggle forward down near the 25-yard line as several Cubs in on the stop that time as we unpile. We can tell you Andrew Finello in the neighborhood on that tackle, among others, for the Lucas Cubs. 5:08 to play in the football game and counting. 20 Brought to you by Spitzer Motors, West 4th Street in Ontario. Lease a brand new Kia for $99 a month at Spitzer Kia. Shop online at drivespitzer.com. Shadle's going to fire one down the left sideline, nearly caught in the end zone, and the penalty markers fly.
You always, you almost always expect that. There's technically no face guarding, as they call it, but when you don't turn and make a play on the ball, here's what you coach the DB up on that. If you're in phase, meaning that was a man turn, that wasn't a zone turn, so he man turns into him, you're in phase, go ahead and take a sneak back and make a play on the ball there. Instead of running, and it almost makes you kind of look unathletic, too. You just kind of flop your hands up there. That call, that makes it a little bit easier for the official to throw that flag. And, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, you didn't give up a touchdown. You're living to see another play on defense.
Corbin Toms was back there defensively. The pass was intended that time for Logan Hawk, and as Erik mentioned, threw that one up for grabs in the end zone. That'll move the football now. 1st and 10 for McDonald. The ball will be at the Lucas 12-yard line. 1st and 10. McDonald, 4:34 to play in the football game. Lucas in control, 27-7. Shada will roll left side, be tripped up, but actually going to fall forward and get several yards off that left side, and he runs into a pile of Cubs toward the sideline.
That's like a scrum there, and wasn't able to get out of bounds as well, so that clock's going to continue to run under 4:20 now. And right now, the yardage, the minuscule yardage, or even the 6 or 7 yards, I guess I'd say, I don't know if that's worth the time right now. Like when you scramble around and get tackled, that's the difference between having an athlete at quarterback and having a quarterback that's an athlete, if that makes sense. Urban Meyer talks about that all the time, and I believe that in this situation. Right now the yardage is important, but what's more important is to keep that clock stopped while you're getting that yardage.
Ethan Wallace and Lane Harper on the stop. They'll hand it off to Hawk, who came the other way in motion. He'll struggle forward toward the goal line. Is he in? He's close. And he is.
Yes, he's in. Touchdown.
7-yard run by, again, Logan Hawk that time for McDonald, and McDonald scored with just under 6 minutes to play to start the game. Erik, they don't score again until the 3:41 mark of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, great job there getting into the end zone, man. He could smell that. Good effort. He kind of rolled over a body or two to get in. Now get ready to see your onside team come out. So, the Cubbies are going to have to get their hands team ready to go. I think if they can recover this, they're going to be able to ice this thing and get out of here with a W tonight.
Ty Aguilar is on for the point after. The holder is the quarterback, Shadle. Snap is back, kick on the way, and that kick is good. We'll keep it right here as that kick is up and good at the 3:41 mark here in the fourth quarter. Lucas leads McDonald by a score of 27-14. As if the Cubs can hang on over the next 3:41, it would punch their ticket for the third straight year to the regional title game.
Yeah.
That is some kind of feat. And how about this? It would actually mark their fourth trip in the last 6 years to the regional final. You want to talk about a program that has been rolling.
Yep, consistent. And, culture, talent, scheme are checking out here. And, I just love it year after year. The Cubs are supposed to be down, right? Supposed to take a little bit of a step back. Maybe supposed to be, are they ever going to have to rebuild, as people would say? And the answer to that, quite frankly, is no. They just do what they do. They plug, it's replace and plug, plug, replace, chicken and the egg, however you want to call it. They've got the recipe. Coach Spittler and his crew, I have a tremendous amount of respect for what they do down here in Lucas.
We actually did an interview in the summer. We'll talk about that in a moment. Onside kick going to be fielded by the Lucas Cubs.
Kick is fielded cleanly.
Good job by the Cubs that time. They were well aware of the onside kick, and they'll have it at their own 45-yard line with 3:40 to play. And Erik, the guy that got the onside kick, Andrew Finello.
That's what he does, man.
Terrific here tonight. But I want to talk about, we did an interview this summer with Coach Spittler.
Yes,
coming off the run to the state title game, and you just hear him talk about the passion, everything he has, and you talk about somebody graduates, you don't know the name, but you soon will as that player steps into the role. What he has built a culture here in Lucas, Erik. They just win no matter who graduates.
Well, you're looking at it, and it's even going down like we were talking with Logan Toms. You've got freshmen, you got sophomores. When you're looking at this, you got Corbin Toms. He's a sophomore. You're looking at this Grant Barrett, sophomore. You're looking at Finello. He's another sophomore. I mean, these names you didn't hear about last year, you're hearing about them this year. You're going to hear about them for 2 or 3 more years. I think this team continually gets better. You're bringing back, Smallin is only a sophomore. I don't expect anything but winning for quite a while here. So if you're a Lucas Cub fan, enjoy this time, man, because you've got a great coaching staff. You've got hardworking kids. You've got a community that understands just blue-collar, go-get-it done, and I love it. I think it's the way it should be.
Ethan Sauter just had a 2-yard run a moment ago, bringing up 2nd down and 8. The Cubs will run it again right up the middle. Not a lot of room to operate right up the middle. He was Sauter again. No, I'm sorry, Grant Barrett. Check that. Grant Barrett on the carry. He'll get it around the 47-yard line is where he will go down. So it'll be around a 3rd and I would say close to 7 yards here coming up for Lucas. 2:28 to play in the football game. 27-14 Lucas. They'll play the winner of Warren, JFK, and Dalton. The last we heard, that game was a 2-point game, I think around half.
Yeah, and we got Ashland and Holy Name are 14-14 here in the 4th quarter.
All right, the Cubs are going to pitch it right side to Grant Barrett, trying to get the corner, able to work his way close to a 1st down. He'll dive near the 36-yard line. He's going to be a little bit short.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he didn't get that hometown call or that hometown spot like we saw a little bit earlier with the traveling spot. So we're looking at it. They're calling a timeout here. It's going to be a 4th and 1. And Aaron, going back to just the culture here at Lucas, I mean, I love the phrase, tougher than $2 steak. I feel like the entire Cub roster just lives on $2 steaks. They're just tough, man. They're just tough, hard-nosed kids. You can tell there's zero entitlement at all in this program. Everybody's working. Everybody's putting their time in. No one person's greater than the program. And you can tell that the parents buy into it. The community buys into it. I mean, you can't drive literally 2 seconds into town without seeing something Cub-related, so there's a lot of school spirit. This is what makes small-town America fantastic. This makes these kids are going to graduate. These kids are going to go through their program. I don't care if it's volleyball, basketball, football, cross country. Name the sport, and they're going to say, man, I had a great time because I had a whole bunch of people that cared about me, and my town always rallied around our events, and Lucas is that type of community.
I'll tell you what, the one thing, Eric, you notice with Lucas, they play up so many divisions every year, no more than this season. That gets them ready for what they're doing right now. If you're just joining us, entering this game, Lucas had outscored their lone 3 Division VII opponents 98-7 entering this game tonight. They have been dominant in Division VII.
That's the old foghorn leghorn butt whooping on that dog, man. That's what that is.
All right, so it will be, as we mentioned a moment ago, the Lucas Cubs on 4th and a yard with just over 150 to play, and they're going to plow forward and get a Home and Kitchen Supply 1st down.
Woo! I think they've never been happier to hear the Home and Kitchen Supply 1st down on that after that one, man. That's going to ice this game. I think they could probably almost take 3 knees and get out of here.
Ethan Wallace, the senior, plowed that baby ahead for a Home and Kitchen Supply 1st down, as you mentioned, and the Cubs with 1:38 to play can use Eric Will's favorite formation.
That's right, buddy.
A couple of scores.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I don't know if they'll run one more here, but I mean, they're going to be able to ice this baby really quickly. Just for time. It looks like they're getting into it. The reason I always say that, and people joke, Jim Tressel always said the most important play in football is, the punt. Even if you believe that, I don't know if I'd actually say it, but the coolest play is the victory, because that means that you've done what you've needed to do. You're putting that game to rest, and you're getting ready for the next one. And so for Lucas, we don't know who you're playing. We don't know who that's going to be yet, Dalton or JFK. But I'll tell you what, the mindset they have around here is they don't go and play anybody. Whoever it is has to come play the Cubbies. That's the way they look at it.
So the Cubs already took 1 knee. We're down to 45 seconds to play in the football game. 27-14 Lucas. They get back in Eric Will's favorite formation, that victory formation. Quarterback Andrew Smolin under center. Take the snap. He'll put a knee down, and the clock continues to wind down. 30 seconds to play in the football game. Coach Spittler waving some guys toward the sideline. The Cub fans beneath us starting to cheer. 20 seconds to play in the football game.
Elite 8.
The Cubs getting ready for a return trip, a deep run in the postseason as the clock hits triple zeros. The Cubs are on their way to the regional title game for the third straight year and the fourth time in the last 6 years. As final score tonight from Bob Wine Field, the Lucas Cubs defeat the McDonald Blue Devils by a final score of 27-14, and that Cub train just keeps on rolling.
Toot, toot, buddy. And I'll tell you what, it's get on board or get run over. Take your pick. And, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to say I was concerned tonight, but I thought that McDonald was going to present unique opportunities. And to be honest with you, after watching it, shame on me, Aaron. Shame on me. If you're a Lucas Cub and you're listening to this, you're saying, listen, this is what we do, man. We'll play anybody, anywhere, anybody in the state. And another opportunity next weekend. But I was really impressed with tonight's effort because they got down early. There was no mental letdown. You didn't see any body posture issues. You didn't see any player issues. You just saw guys that said, listen, we're going to get back to work here. We're going to go make our plays. And how about them getting momentum back and just absolutely handling the game for essentially 3.5 quarters, really.
All right, we'll take a break, a 1-minute break. We'll come back, and we'll put a wrap on tonight's Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week, where the Lucas Cubs are off to the regional championship game as the fireworks go off at Bob Wine Field. Final score tonight, Lucas defeats McDonald 27-14. The Cubs, Elite 8 bound. We'll take a break. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on WMAN.
28-18.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Bishop Insurance Services, always the right move.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Go, ready.
Stop in the Cub Cave Carryout in Lucas. Conveniently stocked with everything you need, and even a one-stop pet shop. Located on Ohio 39 in the heart of Lucas. Proudly supporting Cubs playoff football.
Why are all these people so happy? Because they just got their business online with TMS Plus digital marketing. Get online with essential digital marketing services for local businesses. And feel like they do. No hype, just results. That's TMS Plus.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
You just watched the Lucas Cubs live and free right here on the OH Report. Punch their ticket into the regional championship game for a third consecutive year. They are a winner over McDonald 27-14. What a performance tonight by the Cubs here at home at Bob Wine Field. They have the fireworks popping off routinely. 4 big touchdowns, lots of explosive plays, and their sophomore quarterback number 22, Andrew Smolin, was a big reason why. 2 big touchdown passes for him. He is going to be our next generation filmed player of the game. We're going to step away for a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Post-game interview coming up with Smolin right after this. All right, Trav. I'm going to come down here and interview him.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
At Bo Lacey Construction, they understand that finding the right company for your home improvement needs can be very stressful. The professionals at Bo Lacey Construction can help alleviate that stress. Quality materials, professional employees, and they offer great financing options along with 1 year of interest-free financing. So now is the very best time to get those energy-saving new windows, insulation, and vinyl siding installed. Call Bo Lacey Construction at 266-9916.
Stop in the Cub Cave Carryout in Lucas. Conveniently stocked with everything you need, and even a one-stop pet shop. Located on Ohio 39 in the heart of Lucas, proudly supporting Cubs playoff football.
Why are all these people so happy? Because they just got their business online with TMS Plus digital marketing. Get online with essential digital marketing services for local businesses. And feel like they do. No hype, just results. That's TMS Plus.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Back here at Bob Wine Field, we are now joined by our player of the game, that being Andrew Smolin, the sophomore quarterback for Lucas, who balled out here tonight, had a lot of great dimes, a little bit of an air raid attack, and getting the victory, punching your ticket going to the regional championship game, 3rd straight year for this program. Tell me about the emotion of the team, what was said there in the huddle after the win was in the books.
You know, we were obviously pretty happy. It's our 3rd straight year going to the regional championship. And we couldn't be happier. You know, that's a good team, and that's a good win. So, and we also, you guys heard about Riley Gossam. Well, we gave Corbin Toms, Logan Toms, and Coach Toms a game ball that we want to give to Riley. Just let him know that we're thinking about him and that he's part of our family.
The whole town, I'm sure, is Riley strong, as is the whole county. Of course, Riley's in all of our thoughts, so hope you had a chance to watch live and free with us here tonight, see his Cubs punch their ticket back into the regional championship game. And it looked like you guys found a little bit of weakness there on McDonald. Your receivers were winning their one-on-one matchups. You had to go to the air. Tell me about that decision. You don't throw it a ton typically.
You know, they were packing the box, and we have really good athletes. And it started off the offensive line. They gave me plenty of time, and I just got them the ball, and they did the rest.
Tell me about the first touchdown pass that you threw. What a dime that was, right on the money in the corner of the end zone.
You know, I saw Sauter breaking. I knew he had a little bit of space on him. I just threw it up, and like I said, I know he's going to go make a play because he's just a great athlete.
How much of a momentum booster do you think that was for you guys to take the lead like that? Big touchdown pass. What do you think that meant for you?
Well, it meant a lot because teams aren't expecting us to throw on them. So when we throw a long pass or a touchdown, it's kind of heartbreaking because you used to Lucas going 3 yards of play, going down your throat, and we just took a touchdown in one play, and I think it's just heartbreaking for a team.
Well, you win your 2 games that you had here at Bob Wine Field this season. You hold serve. Looks like you might be going on the road here this next week. Warren JFK, I believe, is a winner. I'm sure you haven't really thought much about that, but the fact that it's going to be a 1 versus 2, quick thoughts on that championship showdown.
You know, I know they're a good team. Should be a great game again. You know, they're a good team, and we're going to have a good week of practice and go out there and show up and compete. So.
Well, the OH Report will be there to follow you guys as you go on the road. And congratulations on being our Next Generation Films Player of the Game. We got a whole allotment of candy here. Big variety for you, Andrew. So enjoy that. Maybe share with a couple of your friends.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm going to come back up into the treehouse, close things out here with Travis Berardi. Do a little walk and talk with you. Head down the bleachers here at Bob Wine Field where the Lucas Cubs, as mentioned, what a fabulous performance by them. A 2-score winner over McDonald in a rematch of a game last year that came down to the wire. A missed, failed 2-point conversion by the Devils ended up being the deciding factor in that game. Tonight, not so much. Lucas, they were dominant from the start. They built that 3-touchdown advantage, and they were able to close it out. Big plays all over the field, especially by their sophomore quarterback. 2 touchdowns as well by Ethan Sauter. Just great stuff all the way around. And just wanted to get Travis Berardi's final thoughts. He watched the game from down on the field. Trav, what did you think about these Lucas Cubs here in the semifinal game and what they did here tonight?
I love the fact that Lucas changed things up. They saw that the corners from McDonald weren't as good as some of the other teams that they saw. They really keyed on that, got those 2 big touchdowns that really turned the complexion of this game. It was 7-7 at the time. You have 2 big touchdown passes at the end of the first half, and it just changed the whole complexion because Lucas comes out, gets that big stop to start the third quarter, and then they just took over from there. Great win by Lucas, and I believe, they had a great team last year. I think this defense is a lot better than that team last year, and they went to a state championship game.
It's hard not to agree with you because they have such a nice complement of athletes. When you look at the Tom brothers, what they can do. Andrew Finello as a sophomore has stepped up and really played solid, and the sophomore quarterback Smolin, he stood tall tonight threw a couple of really nice passes, and then they got Ethan Sauter, great weapon. He's developed nicely, so they pretty much they got every piece to the puzzle that you need to go after a state championship, Travis, and it looks like this team just might be headed back to Canton at some point here.
Yeah, it's just a shame that they were the 2nd seed instead of the top seed, because we would have loved to have been back here to the treehouse for a regional championship game, but it's cool that they're still going to JFK to get that. And one cool other thing, in the huddle after the game, Coach Spittler gave the game ball to Riley Gossam and his family out down at the Tom brothers and everybody. So really cool moment at the end. So there'll be a football coming back for him. But great win all around for the community of Lucas after everything that went on this week. Just a great win. And Lucas, they're riding on they're riding on all fours right now. And I think they got a shot to get back to Canton or wherever this will be.
All right, thanks so much, Travis. That's going to do it for us here tonight at Bob Wine Field as the Lucas Cubs 27-14. They knock off McDonald. They are going to be moving on to the next round to take on Warren JFK. I'd like to thank our incredible staff, as always. Here, myself, Garrett Parlett, Travis Berardi, also had Erik Will and Aaron Hines on the call. and just love bringing the action to you guys live and free on the OH Report. Always appreciate your viewership and looking forward to having another game for you next week. I can tell you that right now, Ashland and Holy Name are locked up in a 14-14 battle with just under 2 minutes to go on our other live stream that's going down right now on Facebook and YouTube, so maybe flip over there as we're going to wrap things up here. Step aside. Soccer on the way tomorrow as well. Division II Championship, Lady Rams versus Ontario, so keep it locked in on the OH Report. But that's it for now. See you guys next time.